Hello, everyone. I am Mahalakshmi Saravanan. I am the founder of Women Entrepreneurs India. We have been hosting Women Entrepreneurs India's Expert Talk series. And today, our guest speaker is Mrs. Srimati P. Welcome, Mrs. Srimati. Let's join
Thank
hands
you,
and
Maha.
welcome. Yeah, let's join hands and welcome Srimati to our show. Um, Srimati is an entrepreneur, homemaker, beautician, independent thinker, and fitness consultant. She has a passion for making soft toys and baking. She specializes in making eggless cakes and biscuits, especially using millets and whole grains. She has her range of quick to cook millet and whole grain upma and pongal mix. During the pandemic in 2020, she launched Shri Amritam, a one woman home catering service using 100% organic and chemical free healthy groceries and farm produce. So, Srimati, how are you managing it all alone? A one woman home catering service. This sounds very unique. So, how are you managing?
Thanks for the session, Maha. Very good afternoon to all the viewers. Coming to my venture, I have a passion for cooking, and I started it during the pandemic. It was a need. There was a need, and which made me an entrepreneur. Uh, so I didn't want to employ any staff because I wasn't sure how stable I am going to be in my business because this was not at all in my character. It was not in my bucket list. Catering was not at all in my bucket list. But somehow my passion for cooking and I always have a strong thought in my mind that people today they are consuming more harmful products. So there was always a point in my mind that we need to give them some good food to eat. So probably both this led me to start this.
Srimati, I think there is some audio disturbance. Your audio went very low. Can you just check? Can you talk now?
Is it okay now?
We can, yes, yes, much better.
Yeah.
Thank you, Srimati.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
that was
Okay.
fantastic. I think, yeah, great. Yeah, so you can mute your mic now.
Yeah.
So I know how challenging it is to manage the show all alone, and you have been doing a fantastic job catering to a lot of COVID affected victims, and you have been catering your service to the local area wherein you live by, right? So how many people have you catered to, and what is the response like? Did you face any challenges?
See, I have delivered close to 5,000 meals till today. It's 1 month and, I mean, 1 year and 2 months now. So till date, close to 5,000 meals I have delivered. I haven't actually faced big challenges, but only challenge is the delivery because since I haven't employed anyone, my husband helps me in delivery, and at times my dad also pitches in. Only the delivery that too within the time. Most of my clients are super senior citizens, not even senior citizens. They're all super senior citizens, over 70 plus, 80 plus, who are used to having proper lunch at 10:30 in the morning. So delivering before 10:30, cooking is one part, but equal time goes on into packing and delivery as well. If at all there is any challenge, it's only with packing and delivery. Probably in case I'm going to expand this, I might have engage someone for packing and delivery alone, because cooking, I will not let anyone else do that. So probably for packing and delivery, I might take someone's help. So that was the only challenge, and that's the only challenge I'm facing, delivering it on time.
Hats off to you, Srimati. I think delivery you have delivered more than 5,000 meals. I think that is not a joke. I could visualize how much of effort you had put in connecting all the dots and ensuring that they get food on time. See, had it been something else, it's okay, but it's food. People are hungry. That too, they're going through tough situations and they're looking for healthy diet. I think you have started your business at the right time that people are able to avail your service. So let me go ahead with my next question. So I know you personally for more than I think 5 years. We are connected, and I've seen you running your gym business, and you have done a lot of programs there. You are a national jury as well for the fitness domain. And if someone comes to you asking about starting a gym business, you would definitely guide them. And now you are into the organic products. You are making a lot of herbal oils and herbal stuff, herbal food products and stuff like that. So how is that, like running a business, like, the gym is completely different and running a food business is completely different. So what do you think are the challenges when you compare these both, which is like easy? I know both are going to be very tough. So, but still, can you guide as to which one was, which one is good, and how did you actually transform from the gym business to the food business? Can you brief us?
Sure, Maha. I would say it goes hand in hand. It is not two different stuff. See, when I was into fitness, it was my husband's passion, and I took it up to support him. And my role was, and I thought when I'm going to take up a business, I need to be knowledgeable. I need to gain knowledge about something which I'm going to start. So I did a course in fitness, and I became a national judge of Indian Bodybuilding Fitness Federation. I'm probably the only lady to judge men's competition from the southern states. I was the first. Now probably there are few in Kerala, but I was the first to judge men.
Congratulations,
So,
Srimati. I think that would inspire a lot of women out there.
Yeah, there is a lot of space for women to enter this field. This is one field where women hasn't entered. I don't know why, but there is a lot of space for women to enter the bodybuilding
So
scenario.
why do you think women are not entering into the gym business? See, fitness as a service, I think so many are offering, and online sessions are going on. And during COVID times, we got to know that fitness was one of the top businesses, and many were looking for experts. In fact, one-on-one, sessions. But why do women restrict themselves from starting a gym or getting into a big business like a fitness center?
Yeah. See, women aren't restricting themselves from fitness. What I meant was they're restricting themselves from entering into the bodybuilding scenario. See, fitness and bodybuilding, they are two different sports altogether. Okay. So fitness, using exercises, they can become a bodybuilder. So there are a lot of women in the fitness industry as well. But again, this is all men industry, or that's how it's been. The society still looks fitness industry as all men field, and because there are a lot of legends and a lot of reputed people who happen to be men. Probably women are a little hesitant, but now there are a lot of women who start gym. And again, the bodybuilding mindset, there is a taboo that it's only for men, it's only for bodybuilders and all that. So women have to break it in, probably because of the huge muscles and the size, women stays away, I think. But now there are few women bodybuilders from Chennai also who compete, who are regularly competing. But as far as the jury part is concerned, as far as the judging is concerned, women has to enter and see. Come on, there are almost in all the fields, women are taking equal role compared to men. So this field also, I feel women should come. Again, the support from family is very, very important, because even my parents, they were a little hesitant, or they weren't very comfortable me going to bodybuilding competitions, where to be very open, they'll all be in their posing trunks. All men, you will just see them in the posing trunks. So probably that women feels uncomfortable. But I feel you need to learn the sport and you need to come. So even my parents weren't for it. Just because my husband was in this, I took this up. So the family support for women is very, very essential. But for your family support, you cannot enter this field where it's all men dominated field. So this could be one of the reasons. Now, coming to the question. So when I was in the fitness industry for almost 13 years, we were running a gym. So when we get clients of all sorts, young, old, women with complaints, working women, working men, who have a very busy schedule at work and all that. So when we give them a workout chart, we'll have to make a diet chart also. See, diet plays a very important role when someone comes to lose weight. So when making a diet chart, I felt when you make a very strict diet chart, like just with protein, just with egg whites and very little carbs and a bland diet chart, people are not consistent in following that. So when you want them to be consistent, when you want them to eat healthy, when you want them to see results, then I thought, why not we try out something healthy? So that is where it led me to make ready to cook products. Like I make ready to cook millet pongal mixes, millet rava upma mixes, and all that, so that people who come up saying that I don't have time, they can just pick up my ready to cook mix, add hot water, and have a very healthy, balanced breakfast. So it's actually hand in hand. So that's how I started the ready to cook mixes. So one step ahead of that is providing healthy food. So today when you buy it from the market, we know it's all adulterated. We know they're all genetically modified crops and all that, and there are a lot of health hazards to kids, especially. See, today you see many kids. See, my son's classmates, many of them are obese. During our days, I am very sure kids were not this obese. So when I started to dig deep into it, what is the reason for obesity? We did some blood work for few children to see what exactly goes wrong. And in few boys, we found that their estrogen levels were high, their progesterone levels were high. So all these are female-related hormones. Further breaking down, we found that there are many doctors who ask kids not to consume milk these days. Even my son had a very he had trouble in digesting milk. His tummy would bloat, he'll get a stomach pain. This used to be a very common issue with him. Almost every fortnight he will complain of stomachache and all that, and doctor will say stop milk. So then we found out that there are some milk products. I do not want to name any brand or anything, but there are few milk and milk products where soy milk is added, soy powder is added. So soya is will increase estrogen levels. Soya is not a very good source of protein for men and for boys. So we thought this could be one of the reasons, and from then on, it's almost 4 years now. I've completely stopped buying commercial milk products, and I buy only from a regular source who gives me cow's milk. So I know the milk is directly from the cow, and the cow is fed organically, and it did make a lot of difference in my son's health. So further breaking down, today most of the kids, we did a survey at his school. Me and my husband, we were invited at my son's school to talk about fitness. We were shocked to see most of the students' breakfast was bread sandwich. Okay, so during my school days, bread would be a luxurious breakfast for us. One day if I need a bread sandwich, it might be monthly once or 15 days once. But today in most of the households, breads have become it's become the necessity rather than a luxury. It's become the necessity. But when you again look into how breads are made in the commercial bakeries, whatnot, there are a lot of things which goes into it. So all these kind of change in the food habits, change in the quality of food what we consume, causes a lot of hazards to children. And you see a lot of infertility centers, fertility centers these days. Women having trouble in getting pregnant and all that. So all these are, it's all interlinked. It's all because of the quality of food, quality of our lifestyle and everything. So about lifestyle, I cannot do much. But I thought, why not we do a little change in the quality of food what we provide. So that is what led me to sourcing naturally grown raw materials. I wouldn't call it organic because my supplier will get wild if I call it organic. He says this is natural farming. People started to add chemicals. They made it unnatural, and now they call it organic. So I found I thank God to having me connected to such nice people. So I get a very good source of raw materials, which is naturally grown. It's not hybrid seeds. It's not genetically modified seeds. Um, so I started to source it for my supply alone. Then few of my relatives started to take it from me, and definitely the quality of food, the quality of life, the taste of food, there is a difference. So fitness is what has led me here. And as far as the difficulty part comes, any business, I would say, it is not what you see from outside. So in case you need to take up a business by chance or by passion, see, fitness was by chance. It was not my passion. It was by chance that I had to enter into the field. But I would suggest everyone to do a complete homework about the field. Okay, so it is not exactly what you see from outside. So go inside deep down, do a complete analysis of what it is. And in case you need to gain knowledge, in case you need to learn about the subject, please go ahead and learn. There is no age for learning, and there's no end for learning also. So you will definitely have to gain knowledge about the subject. So as far as you are willing to learn and willing to gain knowledge about the subject, any business, I would say it is not easy or it is not difficult. So you need a passion, you need the knowledge about the field. So to me, both fitness and catering, I would say, even catering, after I entered into it, there were a lot of things which was very new. Even for cooking, it is not. I cook close to 25 to 30 meals every day, so it is not exactly double or triple the quantity of what you regularly cook. So the way of cooking, the time of cooking, the vessel you use for cooking, everything, it means a lot. Cutting of vegetables, right, storing the cooked food. So everything, you will have to approach it in a different way when the quantity increases. So all I would suggest is any business, you definitely need to gain knowledge about the business, do a thorough analysis of what the subject is. Only big difference is, in the fitness industry, we made a huge investment. We definitely needed a financial backup. We made a huge investment. Now, at this stage, my catering, I haven't done any big investment. So only that part, I would say there is a difference. Otherwise, the challenges are equal in both the businesses now.
Absolutely. I think you clearly explained how each business has its own challenges, but it's up to us. If we have that passion and the drive, we can definitely make it successful. And one more important point you mentioned was that you definitely need a family support, without which is very difficult to scale it up. And you also mentioned that the children are facing a lot of issues in terms of obesity. Do you think it is because of the pandemic, or even before the pandemic, children were having similar issues?
It is not because of the pandemic. Even other ways, mainly the lifestyle of the kids and the food what they eat. See, all these biscuits, these chocolates, all these. I remember when we used to buy a dairy milk. It used to come in 8-piece dairy milk. Only is what we used to see during our childhood days. And when we buy that dairy milk, my grandmother would just break one piece and give me one a day. But today, I'm very sure none of the child stops with one. So all the eating habit, and we do not know what goes into it. See, everything is good as long as you have it once in a way, once in a while, probably weekly once or monthly once. Now, chocolates and biscuits have become a part of everyday's eating habit. So the eating habit has a very, very, very important role. So I feel parents should really look into what their child eats. They really need to give them a balanced food, and they need to definitely, because of lack of time also. See, both the parents are working, mothers and father are working. So working women, to overcome her challenge of managing time, I feel they opt to ready to cook and processed foods, which I think they definitely need to sit back and think of what they do.
Absolutely. I think lifestyle changes have to be incorporated. Only then they would be able to kind of handle. And of course, your healthy foods would be a great stuff for them to have and maintain their health. So, my next question would be related to your herbal oils that you make. You make a lot of, herbal oils for hair. So, can you walk us through these products and how people are responding to it? Maybe you could talk a bit about, stress and hair loss, because that is one of the biggest issues which women are facing. And during the pandemic, many are going through stress. So probably they might want to know a bit about that as well.
Yeah. See, again, this herbal, I did a cosmetology course again that was also out of out of compulsion. My husband had a very bad hair loss issue, so he went for a treatment and he saw good change. Then I thought, why not we learn instead of going for treatment throughout. So because hair fall, hair loss is a uh, universal problem. So that's how I started learning the course. I did a 3 months cosmetology course. So where I learned how to treat the skin, how to treat the hair and all that. But now I see my cup of tea is not that. But again, my there has always been a quest to lead a healthy life. So probably that quest has led me to this also. So I make herbal hair oil. I add close to 48 herbs. Herbs, most of the herbs I source from the local kira vendors. I buy whatever kira is possible, whatever flowers are possible. I buy it. I dry it in the shade. You shouldn't sun dry the herbs. So I dry it in the shade and I make the hair oil. Now, today, almost everyone is facing hair loss. Again, diet is the biggest reason for this. I know, Maha, you being a nutrition and dietetic person, I shouldn't be talking about this to you. It's
No, no, carry on.
just,
Like you are talking
yeah,
to the point, when you spoke about the estrogen and progesterone levels, these are like very important. Kids have to know, and parents have to know that these happen when you don't follow the lifestyle, the proper lifestyle. And when you go ahead with eating junk foods, then you're prone to these. So I think we are creating an awareness amongst mothers and kids that please take care of your health, eat healthy food, and try to change something in your lifestyle so that you can be healthy. Being healthy is a big challenge now, these
right.
pandemic times, right? Please go
Right.
ahead, Srimati.
Right.
It's interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So, uh, what were okay, hair loss. Hair loss. Diet is the biggest reason for hair loss. Stress. One part is stress and one part is diet. There is absolutely no protein, no good quality food what goes in. So when your hair doesn't, protein is very good source for your hair, very good source of nutrients for your hair growth. So when there is no protein in your diet, when there is too much of oil in your diet, when there's nothing healthy in your diet, obviously your hair doesn't get anything nutritious. And people today, they hardly apply oil also to the hair. So in both internally and externally, there is nothing which goes to the hair. Like just like how we eat, our hair has skin pores. They have the pores, and we need to feed our hair with good food. So external application of oil. So my herbal hair oil, because I add a lot of herbs, it helps a little bit in preventing from hair loss or dandruff and all that, but it has to be supplemented by a good diet. So I make herbal hair oil, herbal henna pack also. So again, early graying of hair is too common these days. Again, I would attribute it to the lifestyle, because those days we used most of the herbal products for hair and skin. Today it's all commercial products, so which does the damage when after prolonged use. Uh, so I make this herbal henna pack and herbal hair oil. Herbal henna pack, it's a good conditioner for your hair. It gives good bounce for your hair, and it stops hair loss. It helps to control dandruff, and it's a very cooling pack. It really cools your body. So everything is lifestyle. So you make a proper change in your lifestyle. I think everything will be taken care of, supplemented by all these herbal products. And I also make herbal skin powder. I'm sure in all our households, our grandmothers used to make. They call it nalangu podi. So again, I add 45 herbs and I make the herbal skin powder, which can be used for regular body wash, or it can be used as a face pack also. So I've restricted myself to just making these three products because this can be easily made at home. And I use all these three. So I make what I use. So I use all these three regularly. I hardly use any soap for my skin. So mostly it's the herbal skin powder which I use. It definitely takes care of your skin health and hair health. So again, everything goes hand in hand. Fitness, good food, and good herbal products. Everything goes hand in hand, Maha.
Great, Srimati. I think you have given a lot of advice in terms of acquiring the knowledge before you start the business, right? You have learned a few courses and then you've started the business, which is really good. I think if a woman is aspiring to start a business, she should definitely learn the basics about it and then go ahead with the business so that she can avoid making certain mistakes. And also, you spoke about the stress and hair loss and how the oils that you make can help one recover from the hair loss and graying, graying at an early age. So I think that is one good solution that you have for all people who suffer from the hair loss. So my next question is, it's about your future. Where would you see yourself in the next 5 years?
See, today I realized one thing after starting this catering. Baking was always in my bucket list. I wanted to become a good home baker. I wanted to expand that. But somewhere in between, during the pandemic, I had to cook for one of my friend's mom's death on the day of the funeral. They couldn't find a cook, and I started cooking for them during those 10 days. And it was it was their family who pushed me to this, because there is no, there are a lot of caterers, home caterers, especially in the area where I stay. I stay in Mandavali. Mandavali and Mylapore is full of home caterers. But where is the difference? What is my USP? What is my difference? Is I see to it I cook only with organic, like natural products, and I do not use any store-bought oils. I use only cold-press oils for cooking. I see to it 90% is right from mustard to curry leaf to coriander, whatever goes inside the cooking, it's all organic. And I do not do two cooking. It is what I give for others is what I give for my family also. So that is what is my USP, and that was the feedback I got from many people. They say that it tastes like as if I cooked in my home. That gives tremendous satisfaction. It definitely the 4 hours in my morning 6 to 10, I will be at the epitome of my stress, I would say. But end of the day, when someone gives you a feedback saying that your food is very good, I've been taking it for a week, it hasn't affected my tummy, I feel very satisfied. That is absolutely satisfying. That I'm really happy doing this. It gives a high level of satisfaction when you feed someone. And I realize that there is a real need of good food out there. There are a lot of most of the people whom I give, their kids are settled abroad, and these people are too old. They are not able to cook by themselves. They are not able to find a proper cook to cook for them and all that. So they find my food, very easy and comfortable for them. So that gives a lot of satisfaction. So I feel probably down the lane, probably in another. Today I've restricted to 25 to 30 meals, but I have plans of expanding it up to 100. Again, why I do not want to scale it up more than 100 is beyond 100, I cannot handle it. Now, I'm very sure I need to cook. I get satisfaction only when I can cook. So beyond 100 is not, I don't foresee beyond 100 meals a day. So I have set a target of 100 meals a day. Probably in a year or two, I might scale up and go to that level, because of my past experiences, I do not want to invest much also. So with less investment, with less people, less help from the staff, I think I would scale up to 100 meals a day. That's probably where I see Sri Amritam in a year.
We wish you success and let Sri Amritam spread its wings. And we wish you cater to more than 100, build up a team, and you can definitely scale it up and you can create more job opportunities for people. And I think you have given a lot of inputs in terms of entrepreneurship and as well as the product lines. And you have shared an interesting journey as well. Thank you, Srimati, for the insightful session and for your time. Thank you so much for being with us and giving us a lot of inputs. Thank you, Srimati.
Thanks a lot, Maha, for providing me the platform, and you've always been by my side. I would attribute this to you also. I always keep saying this. You are one of the persons who has always brought me out of my comfort zone. So once I break the comfort zone and I've come out, probably that has given me a lot of courage to venture this also. So one way I would say Maha and WI has also been a very strong reason for me to become a successful entrepreneur today. So thanks for being there always, Maha. And I have one message to all the viewers. My journey with WI, it's almost 4 to 5 years. Though I haven't been too active or whatever. I would always suggest you to make a relationship when you get into an association, when you get into a friendship, or when you get into a relationship. See what best you can take from that. Do not relate everything to money. I have the journey with WEI. I've seen a lot of benefits. Probably, I think I need another live session to explain what are all the benefits I've got out of WEI. But I would simply suggest do not relate everything directly to money. Is my humble request to all the viewers. So WEI. Stay tuned, stay connected with WI. You will definitely be a successful entrepreneur. So be patient. Patience and perseverance is the key of success. So I wish all the viewers, a very happy journey with WI. Thanks again, Maha. Thanks a lot for being with me throughout, and thanks for this wonderful session, Maha.
Thank you, Srimati. We are feeling really humble. So we have put in the effort, and it's not just me. There's a big team behind. You were part of the journey, and you have been supporting us. And there are so many people like you who are actively engaging and who are trying to help each other out. Ultimately, we are here for a social cause. We are trying to help each other better in their entrepreneurial journey. I think without collaborating, without understanding what we're trying to do, why we are trying to do it, is very difficult to make people understand why they should join WI. That takes time. It is an evolving process, and we could foresee that so many people have now, they are ready to support a lot of women. We could see a lot of role models emerging. A lot of people are looking for mentors. I think we are seeing the growth. Many people have actually started the businesses, and people like you and others in our team are real inspirational stories for people to watch your stories and learn a lot of things. They can't be making the same mistakes which you and I did it, right? So I think that is somewhere we are giving them the hope, and we could see many businesses have emerged. And thank you so much for your kind words, Srimati. It means a lot, and we will definitely pass this message to all our members. And we wish you a great success. We wish Sri Amritam a great success. And thank you so much for being with us. And thanks, viewers, for watching us. If you would like to get connected with Srimati, you could get in touch with us on our official WhatsApp number, which is 9952013800. And we will connect you with Srimati for all her product requirements. Thank you so much. Good day. Bye.
Thanks
Srimati.
a lot, Maha.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. Good day.